My name is Francesca Bogadas, and I will be interviewing my neighbor, Mr. George Dennis Frazier. He was born and raised in Malden, Massachusetts, and now lives in Pennsylvania. He was born on March 14th, 1923, and is currently 91 years old. Before you joined the Army, what activities did you like to do?
What was I doing before I went in the Army?
Mm-hmm.
I was at CC camps, the Civilian Conservation Corps. That's run by the government. I get $5 a month. My mother and father get 25. That's from Franklin Roosevelt in. He ran the WPA and everything. So getting us off the street, WPA. I mean the CC camps. I was 6 months in Wyoming, in agriculture. I come back to three months in forestry in Massachusetts. Then I decided I was going to service. I went in the Army.
Did you play any sports before?
Oh, I tell you, well, all the kids, we all played sports. Eighth grade of school, I was out of school, so I went to work around, you know. We didn't have a chance to go to school and everything like that in those days. Our younger brothers and sisters did, but we didn't, my brother and I.
Did you join the Army by yourself, or did
you
get
by
enlisted?
myself, yeah. Oh, and then the first day I was going over, I met a friend, so I didn't get over there. The next day I went over, the recruiting office. I said, I want to go to the Philippines. No, the quota's full. They give me the Panama, the quota's full. I said, damn it, how about Hawaii? You got it. So that's how come I've been in Hawaii instead of the Philippines.
What branches were you in? The Army, Navy?
That was the Army then. Then the Navy afterwards. The CC camps, Seabees. That's attached to the Marines and the Army. I mean, the Navy and the Marines. I was attached to Marines most of the time.
What wars did you serve in? What wars?
The Second World War. Isn't 5 years enough? I got out in 48. That's before the other war, before Korea and everything.
How long were you in the Army?
9 years altogether. Somewhere around there.
Do you remember any experiences? Any experiences? Do you remember any of them?
I remember December 7th, and planes and everything. We got down, we were in, to begin with, we were on maneuvers, December the 1st. And 3 days later, we're back in the barracks. Everybody, even Navy and everybody's on the maneuvers. So then I got word that I was going to go back to the States on the 13th to Central School up in New Jersey. A single corps up there. So on the 6th, my friends took me downtown in Honolulu, give me what they call a farewell. They call a law party. You know, buy your beer, buy your legs, everything like that. We have a good time. Next morning, we're all up early. We took a shower and everything. Went downstairs to get breakfast, put our sheets in. Because, you know, when we come up, we got to clean ones. Anyway, we come out of breakfast, got our sheets, went upstairs. Had one in my bunk. I had the other one flipping like that, and we heard all this noise. We couldn't figure out what it was. We've gotten a quadrangle. A quadrangle is a square piece of grass going in and out. The barracks are built around it. So we finally get downstairs, and we got in the quadrangle. We got like we see the planes. They kept coming lower and lower. Finally, somebody behind us said, "It's Japanese." Somebody said, "What are they doing here? It's supposed to be in China." By that time, they just started strafing. Of course, we scattered and everything. And we get over it quick. Oh, only a minute later. Then we get the M1, whatever guns we could out of the supply room. And everybody didn't have a gun could load the clips for the MBIR, Bradley Automatics. They could load the clips. The captain told me to go up to the motor pool and bring a weapons carrier down you know, the ammunition. So, you know, not knowing them. I ran upstairs, got my field uniform on. Don't ask me why. Which I did. I got the motor pool, I'm looking for a trip ticket. All I do is walk in, take a truck. I didn't need a trip ticket. So anyway, I come back down, loaded with the ammunition, and we went to the motor pool, and that's where we formed up there, the trucks and everything, till it's time to move out. When we got moved to move out, there's a medic sitting beside me. He's riding with me. I had brown out of that kind of him. So, the other ones behind me is the mechanics. Well, so we hit, there's a cement bridge. I hit the cement bridge, and the ones in front of me are going this way. I said, oh my God, we got to get off of here. And I put my foot down as fast as I go, and that's when he went forward, blood spurting out of his back of his neck and everything. Something come down, hit the inner side of my leg, and I crashed on the bridge. Next time I woke up in the hospital. I don't know how I got there. Somebody got me over there. I don't know how I got there. So next thing I know, I left there on the 27th. I was in the States on the 7th of January. Then from there, I got discharged, went to Boston Navy Yard, transferred from I worked there, and I transferred to Pearl Harbor Navy Yard, and got the Seabees. My outfit pulled out, so I went to Seabees instead.
Did you get any medals when you were there?
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that.
When did you get these medals? When did you get these medals?
And, during the war. Bronze Star. It's a Purple Heart. That's wounded, you know, a couple of times. Then the Asiatic Pacific, that's pre-Pearl Harbor. The one with the star, it means you're at Pearl Harbor or in the Philippines that day. This is Asiatic Pacific Theater, the Victory Medal, and the Victory Occupation of Japan. This is the Navy and Navy and Marine Combat Badge. This is Pearl Harbor ribbon. That's like the rifles that the infantry men have. This is the one we got. We didn't get a rifle or anything like that. We get that ribbon.
What are the ones on your hat?
Well, these are about the same thing. These are the Bronze Star, Purple Heart, and this is the Navy Combat. That's like that one there, right there. That's the Army and Marine Combat. Good conduct, pre-Pearl Harbor, Pacific, Asiatic Pacific, 4 stars, 4 battles. Victory Medal and the Occupation. When I turn around, that's for the Navy. It's the same thing for both.
Okay.
Just you could see them all, could you? Right? Could you see them when I had them down here, right? No, well, point out, could you have them all right? I didn't know when I had it sit down, like, oh, you forgot my picture.
Who's that in your picture?
Who do you think it is? Who do you think your guy is?
Is that you?
Yeah. We're 18 years old. 18 years old then.
You were 18?
Huh?
18?
Yeah.
Was that your first year in the Army?
Huh?
Was that your first year? Your first year in the Army?
Yeah. Well, 19 exactly. Because, you know, I was over Pearl, I came back. I was 18 going over to Pearl, I came back afterwards at 19. Yeah.
Do you remember when it ended?
Yeah. 1945.
Do you remember where you were?
Yeah. I was laying cement.
In Hawaii?
I was laying cement on the ground. We were building barracks and everything, building different outfits, like airports we built, radar towers. Of course, we had to put the cement base in and everything, so you do a lot. Cement finishing and everything.
How did you know it was done?
Huh?
How did you know the war was over?
Oh, everything. It came over and everything. The ships are blowing whistles and everything. Everything around. Everybody's over there. And from there, we left Iwo Jima, and then went to Japan in a Sasebo. And at first we figured, we were told that they're going to revolt and everything when we go ashore. So they decided we were going to go up to Mura. So you had to go up by canal. They couldn't go up by the roads. There's no roads up there. It's all bombed up. B-29 devastated everything. So we went up the canal, get up there to the airport. And there's nothing there. They tore all the plumbing out and everything. They did everything. There's lights and everything up there. So there's nothing like we could do up in the airbase and everything. So they decided to bring us down. Then we just started going to put us in Sasebo. Then we were all heavily armed, ready to fight. Get a candy bar and the old man a cigarette. We're the emperor. There are people who are just like back home, my hometown. They didn't want war. And they go, boom, 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 boom. That's the B-29. And they go, boom. That's the atom bomb. The atom bomb. We hit Nagasaki. Seen that? Ooh, devastated. Then the Navy cut me up. I had too many points, so they sent me back. I got back to Pearl. I got out of the Navy, and I got out of the Seabees. I went in the Army again. Back to Japan. That's where I got 2 occupations, up here and up there.
What did you do after the war, when you were done with the Army and the Navy?
In fact, I'm furniture moving.
To where?
Furniture moving.
Where's that?
If you're going to move someplace, we're going to pack you up and move you. We're going to go to New Jersey, we pack everything up and move you all over there. They call you furniture then.
How old were you when you were done with all the war and the Army and the Navy?
Oh, I was about 28, somewhere around 27, 28 years old, somewhere there.
When you came home, did you get a job or did you go back to school?
3 days later, I went back to I went to work.
What did you do?
Furniture moving.
Oh.
My father did it, and I did it.
That's nice.
And then later on, I learned better. I finally got running the road. So I run all over the country. California, Arizona, Washington, D.C., Washington, everything. The only state I hadn't been in was Alaska. I've been up in Canada. I'm getting furniture. Never been in Mexico getting furniture. I went across here, the town, we have a couple of beers and everything. But the only one is Alaska.
That's nice.
I did that. I drove all over the country until I couldn't move no more. I ended my back in 1950. In 35 years I worked with it. I kept work, got worse and worse and worse till I couldn't do no more. But I couldn't get up again. I started all my surgeries.
That's good.
Started at Saipan. Fought up there with the 2nd Marine Division up through Garpian. Garpian was all torn out. Up through Chiricahua, up to the north end, where they committed suicide. The Japanese were committing suicide up there. I figured, we were barbarians. And from there, when they were Jima, boy, that was a battle. I was working, it comes to B-29. The fighting's still going on. B-29 comes in, because they couldn't make Saipan or anything. It was Tinian, so they came in and landed there. Something.
Thank you for telling me about your story.
Yeah, all right. It was a long time ago.
Say bye.
Yeah. Bye. Bye. Come again sometime. Come back. I'm always here. Next time I'll have my teeth in.